do in the future. For most of us present here, I think you've always heard us speak a lot about KHI and the camps and kind of things like that, but you really don't know what the work we've been doing in the past couple of years. KHI was initiated by Dr. Prabhu Kanchi, our founder trustee, with the main focus on kidney health and healthcare pertaining to it. The spectrum of work, however, has broadened over the years, and we've been doing a little more than kidney health, a little bit into education and more other healthcare work. The one program towards which all, if not most of our activities is focusing on zero dialysis Tamilagam 2050. It's a vision, and it's a very progressive vision. And any work we'll be doing is constructive and progressive towards it. We launched this event on World Kidney Day this week, on Tuesday. And keeping this goal in mind, we do a lot of advocacy programs, health camps to the public, and educative camps at schools, young adults. We've also do a lot of screening programs at government institutions also. We do quarterly CRRT training programs, and on a completely non-medical side, we also sponsor some school children for their education, and we also run an English training program in a northern village in Sri Lanka. Then we are proud to say we have done a few free pediatric transplants over the years. In fact, yesterday we sponsored a cochlear implant surgery for a 1-year-old child at KKR ENT. We also support many patients, transplant patients, through free medications. And then we have our, hero for the day, the art program, which Dr. Prabhu will be speaking more about later. And I would like to thank...
So, the good transplant outcome starts with a good surgery. And surgically, it's a challenging one, but with the surgeons we have Dr. M.R. Rajshekhar, Dr. Krishna, Dr. The other surgeons, Dr. Neil Venkapali, so who have done more than 1,000 kidney transplants. It's a cakewalk for them. So every transplant starts with good surgery, but it's not at all. And what we are looking at is the long-term outcome of kidney transplants. So the kidney transplants, the expectation is that once you place a kidney, it should run for at least 15 to 20 years. That's the challenge. So doing a surgery is definitely important, but most important is the challenge is the long-term outcome. And we consider it's more of an art than science, and there are multiple other factors, as I have mentioned. The other important factors for a long-term outcome is the socio-ecological status, the patients where they stay, the kind of infection they are exposed to, that makes an impact, and the economic status of the patient definitely makes an impact. We have seen the patients who are affordable, they do good, they have a longer life from the kidney transplants compared to a patients who are not affordable. So economic status definitely makes an impact. And again, the patient should be educated very well. We do a transplants, we don't educate about all the complications and what to expect, when to report. Without the knowledge, definitely we are looking at a bad outcome. So we have seen patients who are not educated properly, they land up in losing their kidneys very early. And accessibility to healthcare is very important. So we face emergencies a lot of times. There should be an accessibility to the healthcare any point of time. The patient should be able to reach out to doctors, reach to the team, even in the middle of the night. Otherwise, infections are very common in kidney transplants, so we can lose their lives if there is no accessibility to the healthcare. And again, efficiency of the medical team is very important. It's a teamwork starting from nephrology, critical care, anesthesiology, surgical team, and radiology, pathology. So it's a big team of effort that goes into a successful kidney transplant program. So that's what anti-rejection medications. And after transplants, it's a lifelong medication for the patient. Patient should be on 3 medicines for lifelong, and they are very costly. And then we are going to subsidize the anti-rejection transplant medications forever. And again, the patient should be on very frequent follow-up. in the initial month there will be 5 to 6 visits, and every visit they have to do a blood test, and all the blood test and imaging. It's a cost to the patient. We are going to subsidize that also, and any procedures like biopsies, treatment, intervention, post-op, at any point of time, KHI will be subsidizing everything. And this is a plan, so it will be 50% co-funding from the KHI. Any kidney transplant in a decent hospital in Chennai is going to cost around 7 to 8 lakhs, and half of the fund will be coming from our CSR funding. So KHI has promised that, and even we are extending that. And extending that co-funding even for the pre-transplant evaluation, as I said, and post-transplant also, there will be continuous support financially and from the medical team. And as I said, there's a big work. We need a team of counselors, transplant coordinators, infusion assistants, urologists, transplant surgeons. He's a vascular surgeon from Tanjore, is not here unfortunately. And Dr. Rajkumar is our, and Dr. Srivasan, both of them are laparoscopic donor surgeons. And they have been performing the transplants for us for the past 3 to 4 years successfully, and thankfully there is zero donor complication until now. I should thank both of them for that. And the medical team, Dr. Anish, is our critical care anesthesia team, and Dr. Mahendra Varman is a nephrologist from Velmuruthu, and he has been supporting us for the past 2 to 3 years. Dr. Anand from Kaveri is a radiologist, and he has been doing biopsies and other interventions for us. Thank you, sir, for that. Dr. Aravind from GEM is again a radiologist, been helping us in the past few years. And Dr. Kaniyappan is a pathologist, and as I said, transplant kidneys needs biopsies very often, and the reports are very important to keep the kidney transplants, kidneys running, and his role is very important. He has been supportive of the team, entire team, for the past few years. And
just before Shiva talk, he's not only a physician, he was involved in kidney transplants and nephrology in government hospital in his country. He had a long run of more than 20 years in kidney transplant in the government general hospital. Thank you.
Come on, Neelamegam. Professor Dr. Neelamegam is a renowned transplant surgeon. Above all that, he is my classmate at MMC. So I have a proud privilege of associating myself with today's event. I was invited to Inaugurated with few songs, and now I am interested to deliver a small address. I hope it's small. Renal transplantation in India came to light when a popular Chief Minister, Dr. MGR, was admitted there was a necessity for the government to involve in a renal transplant system in the government hospitals. My beloved professor and my guru, Dr. C. Lakshmikantan, the king of cardiology, is right in front of me. Pioneers were there in Madras Medical College, the pioneering institution, even now. And the involvement of the urologist and the nephrologist was intensified. They had an idea of forming the transplant program, but the program was intensified by these senior professors and their guidances. And the RT unit, Renal Transplantation Unit, was formed. It was first of its kind in Tamil Nadu. And since then, many of us were trained for renal transplant management. I'm so amazed to see the wonderful development KHI and the allied. I'm sure that even other hospitals would have made it. The way they have arranged it, the way they have schemed up with top physicians, surgeons, internationally trained and renowned surgeons from India, physicians from India, who could manage the transplantation procedures with ease. The systemic approach towards the transplant developed in the country with the introduction of the DM courses and the MCH courses in nephrology and urology, and now it's become a all India, worldwide, even pan India, apart from pan India, even an international. They started doing things that is that every center has a transplant unit, and they are doing excellently well with the newly available medicines, the newer protocols, the newer methodologies, and the surgical methodologies improvised, so on. And I'm sure that with Dr. Neelamegam, people like Professor Neelamegam, who was a dedicated person, and he has earned a name as a dedicated professor not only in India but also during his training. And other seniors are also here. They've all formed a wonderful, I didn't get the list of the names. All of us have joined together on this day to celebrate an occasion, to bring an awareness about the kidney health. And I'm sure each and every one of you has an important role to play in the maintenance of the health of a patient, not only renal patients, but from all the specialities. With these few words, I thank one and all, because I'm a very
and healthcare accessibility. Our presence here today underscores the importance of initiatives like ART, and we are deeply privileged to have a graces of DMK. So please.
Good morning to all. On behalf of KHI, I welcome the parliamentarian as well as the Deputy General Secretary of DMK, Kanimozhi, for this event. We are happy and privileged to have her. She consented to come here and inaugurate this art for this KHI. Basically, what it is for the Virodi poverty line people. We are doing an initiative. If a transplant has been done, it's usually about 7 lakhs rupees. The KHI is going to fund 50% of the cost to all the patients who are involved with KHI. Basically, KHI started about 5 years ago. Now it's grown, and not only in Chennai, we have started social activities in Coimbatore, Salem, Madurai, and 2 days before we had in Kanjivaram, where we had zero dialysis in Tamil Nadu program 2050, which was being inaugurated by the Vinayaga Mission Chief. And further, we are also moving down to Kanyakumari today to start another rural program in a village in Kanyakumari. Basically, the backbone of the entire event is Shubha Palnisamy, who had really sweated out for this KHI, and that is how we have come down to this level. Not only him, then Dr. Prabhu, who was resigned from his corporate job and become one of the social activities and was involved in KHI and in transplant politics. So thank you all the nephrologists, the transplant surgeons, and wonderful people here. And I would now request Kanimozhi to give us, inaugurate and give us it.
It's a pleasure to be here to inaugurate KHI in Chennai, and we know that healthcare is very expensive, and not everybody can afford it. We're still thriving and struggling to make healthcare affordable to all. And transplant, of course, is a very, very, very expensive affair, and after transplant care also is not easy, and because people cannot afford that, we lose many lives also. So it's a wonderful initiative that KHI has taken today to reach out to underprivileged people who can not dream of being able to get a transplant done because of the costs which make it impossible for many of them. I wish Dr. Neelamegam and doctors who are with him and the nephrologists and the surgeons here all the best, and it's a great initiative. Keep going, and I hope you make a lot of difference to change the landscape and the arena of medical health facilities, which I think every human being deserves to get, and we should make it affordable to everybody. I hope we get there, and I think this initiative will be one of the steps towards that. Thank you and all the best.
Pride and hope for a brighter future, we now unveil art. Let this moment mark the beginning of countless lives being saved and dreams renewed. It is now my greatest privilege to invite our esteemed guest of honor, Ms. Kanimozhi, MD, Deputy General Secretary, DMK, to take the center stage and unveil the art program. Ma'am, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call upon the following individuals to please join the center stage for a photo session. Dr. Rajkumar, Dr. Srivatsan, Dr. Krishnan, Dr. Ranish, Dr. Sendil, MD, Lakshya Hospital, Dr. Radhika, CEO, High Care Hospital, Dr. Mahendra Verma, Dr. Aravind, Dr. Anand, Dr. Kanniappan, Mr. Vasigurin, Ms. Harshini, Mr. Seshadri. Kindly join the center stage for a photo session.